At some point in life, everyone faces a quiet question, not spoken out loud, not asked by anyone else. A question that shows up late at night when the noise finally stops. Is this really all I'm capable of? Most people ignore that question. They distract themselves. They stay busy. They stay comfortable. But the people who change their lives answer it honestly. Here is the truth most people never accept. Your life does not change because you want it to. It changes when you change. Wishing is free. Growth is not. And the price of growth is discipline. Many people work hard. They wake up early. They stay late. They exhaust themselves. But effort alone is not the problem. The problem is where that effort goes. If all your energy goes into surviving, you will never build. If all your effort goes into your job, you may earn income, but not freedom. The greatest investment you will ever make is not in a business, not in a title, not in money. It is in yourself. Skills compound, mindset compounds, habits compound. And just like interest, they work quietly until one day the results are impossible to ignore. Stop chasing success like it's running from you. Success doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to preparation. It moves toward people who are ready, people who are disciplined, people who have done the internal work. You don't become successful first and then confident. You become confident, capable, and consistent, and success follows. Look around. Nature has limits. A mountain stays a mountain. A river follows its path. An animal lives by instinct. But a human being? A human being can reinvent themselves. You can learn. You can unlearn. You can rebuild. And that ability is either used or wasted. Most people waste it. They wait for motivation. They wait for clarity. They wait for permission. But waiting is the fastest way to stay exactly where you are. Progress does not require certainty. It requires commitment. If you don't take control of your habits will control you. If you don't choose your environment, it will choose you. And if you don't decide who you want to become, life will decide for you. Nothing stays neutral. There comes a moment when you must stop blaming circumstances and start accepting responsibility. Not because it's easy, but because it's powerful. The moment you say, "This is on me," you take your power back. Growth is uncomfortable. It costs comfort. It costs excuses. It costs old versions of yourself. But comfort is expensive too. It costs potential. It costs confidence. It costs the future you could have had. Passion is not something you wait for. It's something you build. When you work towards something meaningful, energy appears. Not excitement. Energy. The kind that stays even when things get hard. But momentum only exists if you keep moving. The moment you stop, it disappears. That's why consistency beats intensity. 1 hour every day beats 10 hours once a month. One small habit done daily beats big plans never started. Belief is fuel. If you believe in what you're building, you'll endure what others quit. Pain feels different when it has a purpose. Struggle becomes training instead of punishment. Everything changes when you make a real decision. Not "I'll try," not "I hope." A decision. A decision that says, no matter how I feel, I will act. And action must come fast, because inspiration fades. There is a window of power when emotion is high and the idea is clear. If you act in that window, your life moves forward. If you delay, the window closes. And most people let it close over and over again. Discipline is how you keep promises to yourself. And every promise kept builds self-respect. Every promise broken erodes it. That's why discipline affects everything. Your confidence, your focus, your identity. Neglect is dangerous because it feels harmless. It's just today. It won't matter. But neglect stacks. And one day, you look back and realize years were lost to small excuses. The fastest way to rebuild confidence is not motivation, it's action. Do the thing you said you would do, even when it's small, even when it's boring, especially when no one is watching. That's where character is formed. Integrity is non-negotiable. Shortcuts always cost more later, every time. Do what is right, even if it slows you down, even if it costs you in the moment. Because success without integrity is failure in disguise. You don't need approval for your dream. It was given to you. Others don't need to understand it. They don't need to see it. Your responsibility is to protect it, work on it, and grow into it. Trust yourself. Not blindly, but honestly. Learn, reflect, adjust. Not everything important can be explained logically. Some paths only make sense after you walk them. Discipline creates structure. Structure creates stability. Stability creates confidence. And confidence changes how you move through life. You stop fearing change. You stop fearing failure because you trust yourself to adapt. Start small. The smallest action can restart momentum. Read one page. Write one line. Take one walk. Make one call. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. When you stack small disciplines, your life begins to change quietly, until one day it changes loudly. And people will say you were lucky. They won't see the work. They won't see the discipline. They won't see the years, but you'll know. You were not designed to stay the same. You were designed to grow. And the moment you commit to becoming better, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, your future begins to shift.